Jennifer Love Hewitt recently took a deeply personal and emotional journey back to the red carpet, marking a significant milestone in both her life and career. On July 18, she attended the premiere of the new I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel, a film that brings her iconic character, Julie James, back to the screen after so many years. Now 46, Hewitt opened up about the complex mix of emotions she felt leading up to the event and what it ultimately meant for her. Returning to the franchise that made her a household name in the late 90s was not a decision she made lightly. Hewitt candidly admitted that as the premiere approached, she found herself wrestling with insecurities and doubts that felt both deeply personal and universally relatable. There were times where I was like, do I want to go to this premiere? Do I want to stand on this red carpet at 46 and be surrounded by all these incredibly gorgeous, young 20-something people? She shared in an interview with Us Weekly. These questions weren't just about vanity or age. They were about belonging, about identity, and about confronting the passage of time in an industry that often idolizes youth. Yet, in the end, she chose to embrace the moment rather than shy away from it. I did. I wanted to be there, she said, reflecting on her final decision. Walking that carpet turned into an experience far richer than she had imagined. A celebration not just of a movie but of her journey, her resilience, and the evolution of her career and life. Hewitt's return was made even more meaningful by the fact that she wasn't simply there as a guest. She stepped back into the shoes of Julie James, a character beloved by fans who grew up watching the original film. The new sequel, featuring rising stars like Madeline Klein, Chase Sway Wonders, Jonah Hauer-King, Tyreek Withers, and Sarah Pidgeon, represents a passing of the torch to a new generation. Yet for Hewitt, the premiere wasn't about reclaiming the spotlight, it was about supporting and celebrating this new chapter. She described the evening as their moment, acknowledging the excitement and energy surrounding the young cast. But being part of it, even as someone returning after decades, felt like an honor. I was happy to be there in support of their movie that I got to come back for, she said warmly. Beyond the glitz of the premiere, Hewitt recognized that the night was a full-circle moment, not just for her career but for her personally. It felt like a full-circle thing for Julie James fans, for me, for my kids, she explained. The red carpet wasn't just a professional obligation, it was a moment of pride, healing, and reflection. Hewitt credited her stylist, Alaina Bell-Price, with helping her step into the night with confidence. My stylist got me a beautiful dress and I left the house feeling really great, she recalled. The dress, the preparation, and the act of showing up were all part of something larger, a celebration of how far she has come. What made the night particularly special was the contrast between fear and acceptance. Before the premiere, the idea of standing next to younger, newer faces brought up questions of comparison and self-doubt. But in reality, the experience turned into an empowering affirmation that her story, her journey, and her presence still matter, perhaps even more than before. Hewitt's reflections highlight a truth that many people, regardless of their profession, can relate to: the challenge of facing change, aging, and moments when we feel out of place. By choosing to step onto that red carpet, she proved to herself, and to many others watching, that courage isn't about pretending those insecurities don't exist. It's about acknowledging them and moving forward anyway. While she could have chosen to stay home, she embraced the opportunity to reconnect with her character and her fans. The premiere wasn't just about nostalgia. It was about recognizing the impact of her past work and the ongoing connection fans feel with Julie James. Her presence on that carpet sent a message that stories, characters, and the people who play them can still evolve, grow, and matter over time. Reflecting on the entire experience, Hewitt spoke of the pride she felt. I really did. I felt good standing there in that moment, she shared. Those words capture something powerful, that despite criticism, despite the inner voice that questions our place, there can be moments of genuine self-acceptance and celebration. In the end, Jennifer Love Hewitt's return to the red carpet was about far more than promoting a film. It was a deeply personal milestone, a testament to resilience, to embracing where you are in life, and to standing tall even when doubts whisper otherwise. For her fans, it was a reminder that aging isn't something to hide from, but something to honor, a journey filled with growth, reflection, and ultimately pride. And for Hewitt herself, it was a moment she chose to fully live, to remember, and to cherish. A moment of pride not just in her past, but in who she is now.